Are you maturing as you're making this money? Because I mean, at this point, it sounds like you're like late 20s, maybe early 30s.
Yeah.
I could imagine, and this has happened, right? Like I walk into school, I'm a teacher,
Yeah.
I'm making money, doing my entrepreneurial journey, and I start making my salary, and I'm making more of my salary, and then you're making more of the principal.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're not mature enough, you're walking in there with a different feel, a different swag, right?
Yeah.
You almost want to, you're trying to tell people how excited you are about this thing. They could care less. You're trying to tell them you're not, like, yo, I'm about to leave here. They could care less. Are you mature in this moment enough to say, all right, they don't see my vision. I know I'm leaving here at some point. I'm going to try to help as many people as possible.
Yeah.
And if I can't, it doesn't matter. I'm just going to continue the journey. They'll get to watch it from a distance. Like, what's the mindset at this point?
No, that's a great question, man. The mindset at this point is you guys got to think about it. Like, I had already started an ATM business before I got into anything related to digital marketing.
Right.
So I already had tried to help a few of my coworkers by trying to get them into that venture, and I just got shitted on. So I already had the mindset of I have to help myself first before I can help the masses. And that was the mindset that I initially took while I was still at my 9 to 5. So what I would recommend for everybody that is looking to build up capital to invest into their business, there's massive opportunities out there. There truly is for anyone, okay? Whether it is actually going ahead, I was talking to the gentleman that was driving the Uber. I mean, there's so many ways you guys can make money to save up for a business to launch your idea. The thing is, what's going to separate those 2% of people that actually do it compared to the other 98% is the sacrifice of what you're willing to do to actually make that happen. So for me, to paint the scenario even further, I was still running a tangible ATM business. I hired 2 part-timers, which meant less profit for me so they can manage it. So I don't have to deal with loading the cash, dealing with customer complaints, all that jazz. And then the second part of this, I'm over here and I'm self-educating myself on a brand new industry, which is digital marketing, which I didn't have like a mentor in front of me. Like it was literally like courses, right? So I really had to believe and self-motivate myself every day, man, to actually get it done. And then on top of that, launching the actual program, which in itself, digital marketing is one of the most time-intensive things you could do. And I'm pretty sure you guys have all the experience on that, man, because I launched a podcast in March. Oh, so much work. I'm like, dude, like I'm getting gray hairs every day, you know? So it just goes like social media makes everything else look like it's so glamorous, dude. Like it's great being an entrepreneur. But if you were to ask me again, they're like, dude, if you were able to make the same money like that you do in entrepreneurship, but you were just a cop, would you just stay as a cop? I would say yes, 100%. And the reason why is because entrepreneurship, there's always something that goes wrong every single day, no matter what it is, if you're big enough. And when you get to the point where you have, let's say 50 to 100 employees, you're managing people, man. So think about it like that. I like the concept that you guys said with school and like if you're a teacher, right? Imagine now you're just dealing with adults, but each adult, they have to get along. They have to believe in the culture, on the vision that you created, and you have to keep driving that every single day. So now just imagine, like we were talking about with one of my business partners earlier before the pod, is like, if people don't want to work for you, man, you can't build nothing great. This is why I believe like somebody like Elon Musk, he got really good as a connector. He got really good as being a connector, being a motivator, putting the right people at the right places to make his companies grow. Because he's not doing it all by himself, man. That's just what it comes down to, right? That's what I had to learn. I'm more of a visionary guy. I'm not the smartest dude. I know how to place people. When I meet people and I talk to them, I could tell where they come from, if they're genuine. And then I'm able to see what they're good at. Because just because, let's say you graduated with a PhD and you're super smart, you're an engineer, it doesn't mean I'm going to put you in a sales position. Because in a sales position, it's completely different dynamic, and you have to have a different style of speaking to people, right? You have to be a little bit more, you could say entertaining, more engaging, compared to somebody going in finance or somebody building processes, which is boring work, right? Nobody wants to do that, but we have to hire the smarter people to do that. But no, yeah, man. So I was able to go ahead and delegate my ATM business. I was able to go ahead and actually start up the digital consulting business, and I was still working my 9 to 5. So this is what dramatically changed my mindset again. And remember, it's the people around you. I had a good friend. He young police sergeant. He just got accepted to be a sergeant, and I had told him, he was one of the only ones I would talk to about business, and he was just like, "Hey man, so how's your online gig going?" And I was telling him, I was just like, "Dude, look, like this is amazing." He's like, "What are you still doing here?" He's like, "Bro, leave. Like put in your 2 weeks and leave. Like seriously, like go grow that business." And after that conversation, man, even though my mom was totally against it, I was just like, okay. So I went all in, man. I didn't just quit. I put my 2 weeks, called my real estate agent, and I was like, "Hey, I want to sell my house." He's like, "Why?" Because I just want to leave the Bay Area. I want to start over in a new environment that's going to motivate me. I want to be around people that are going to motivate me to be great. And that's what it was. This is key. This is huge, because you got to think about it like this. If you're in that environment where everybody else is around you is negative, right? And you're trying to build something great, how much harder is it going to be for that person to succeed? It's going to be massively hard, because entrepreneurship in itself is hard, because you have to have that self-belief inside of you to go ahead and actually take that imperfect action that you need to. But if you have people around you consistently every day going ahead and telling you, you can't do it, this is not going to work, they're just waiting for your demise, man. So that's why I had to move from the Bay Area to San Diego. Why did I pick San Diego? I didn't know nobody there, man. It did have a beautiful beach. So I went to a penthouse downtown San Diego. Literally, dude, like I would just work. Sit on my office where I'm able to see the view of the ocean. Wake up every day, had a nice balcony, drink my coffee, get to work. And that's it. That's how I was able to grow the first company called ATMtogether.com to 2 million the first year. And then the upcoming years, it grew up to 27 million.